Protocol number 2, I'm aiming for 20% of the working weight that I used on the ATG split squat, but I'm going for 20 reps here because 20 reps here is honestly gonna take about the same time under tension as 8 reps on the ATG split squat. Now, a cable machine is really awesome for these, hooking up your feet and going for 20 reps, matching your ATG split squat. It's a lot easier to move load with 2 legs lying on your back. This one is gonna hit the hip flexor the hardest, and that's the purpose. Is notice, this is the opposite of all our squats and deadlifts and hip extension exercises. And this is training the muscles that lift up our legs. Imagine if I had to run around with heavy shoes to get around, particularly after surgeries in your knee or something like that. You end up losing strength here when you stop sprinting. And now to get around with less hip flexor, you're gonna be stomping where you're less of a gliding stride. So this we do for running, but also for hip impingement on squats. We need to develop some muscle tissue here. And for a long time, people have been scared to develop muscle tissue here, even though it's been found to be the #1 muscle size differential between elite sprinters and regular humans because they're afraid of it getting tight. So I'm showing you here the same side that I was doing the stretch on the ATG split squat. I'm training the strength here. So you can see that you can get elite mobility and strength in an area, and without the muscle tissue there and without the length, people also run into a lot of hip issues when they're dropping down deep in squats. So I think this can just reduce even things like shin splints and jumper's knee, things where you're kind of plodding around more rather than running lightly on your feet. I think this can help with that athleticism type stuff, reducing wear and tear injuries and reducing hip impingement. And you can see how cool it is. Let's say, boom, you could rest, keep going. It's easy to catch up a muscle when you can take it to failure so safely. You could start 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pounds. So in a very short amount of time, you can get done 3 sets of 20 per side. In a class setting, I would use something like this, only if you have enough devices for it. Although there's a lot of people making these now. I'm doing everything I make, just coming out with fully American made line. Hopefully I have this for you soon. I actually have a better design than this for you. But obtaining devices like this, if you can have it accessible and it doesn't slow people down too much, you could use it in a sort of high rep circuit type workout. I wouldn't use this if you're gonna be like sprinting or doing max effort type stuff in that session. I would use this when you know you can gut the area with other high rep type stuff.